And good morning, guys. Hey, real quick question. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up right now. Because I'm trying something new so we could get rid of all this echo shit that's been going on forever and ever since I started doing this with the Rodecaster. Can you hear me? Let me know. No? I'm kind of getting... let's see. All right, now. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me now, say, I can hear you now. I thought I had it freaking done, man. I thought I had it figured out. All right. You know what? And I can only do this when I'm live. Okay. So, thumbs up. That's awesome. Got the thumbs up in chat from a couple of guys here. I'm going to try one more time here so I could turn up all the other volume. And I'm going to try to off that. And can you still hear me, guys? Can you hear me 5.9? Give me 5.9 if you can hear me. Right now. Anytime, kids. Anytime to begin with. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Cool. Then I have fixed it. I will never again have that screwy, echoey sound on anybody's stream, even my own. That is bitchin'. Thank you guys for helping me figure that one out. Let's see. What are we talking about today? Oh, you know what? Hey, a few good mornings let's see. The first one in there, Kyle, AA0Z, is in there with his contest barrage. Amateur Radio on the Air is second. My brother, Don Arnold, in the house, and he is getting ready to take another FedEx van to, where's he going? Portland, Maine. Didn't even know there was a Portland, Maine. Let's see, Justin in there. Mary Brown. Good to see you, Mary. And let's see. VHF contest newbies. My call. Hang on. Let's get you up here. My call 6 times. Their call 6 times. Signal report. Finally, the grid square. As the band is fading into nothing. Yep. Let's see. A bunch of thumbs up from the gang. Justin's in there. Sean, AI7EQ, in there. And I can hear you too. And the whole world will hear us in just in a short time. Okay. Let's see. Douglas Army. Charles Layton is in there. Let's get down to the bottom. The ham radio crash course. The OG of all this. Please copy my 5.9 signal back to you, Josh. Let's see. Today, I want to talk about something that, you get such mixed things when you talk about contesting. There's a lot of guys that like contesting, both because it's fast paced. You make a lot of contacts. It's easy to fill up your worked all whatever you want to work. My stream just died. Damn. I don't think it died here. I think we're still on the air. Let's see. I'm somebody now. Douglas says he's somebody now because I said his name. Yes. Say my name. Say it. Say it. That's awesome. Let's see. Damn. Okay, we'll move off onto camera 3, the crappy little webcam in there. Andy Crowley's in the house. My brother Andy, who's usually first, but I guess I caught you by surprise. Let's see, where were we when I rudely interrupted myself with my lack of train of thought? Let's see. Contesting. Great for work all whatever you want to work. You can make a lot of contacts very, very quickly. You can work a lot of places where you normally wouldn't work under, say, normal everyday circumstances, just because you'll have more guys coming out of the woodwork during a contest or a QSO party. This weekend, I will be working. I will be one of the official operators here in the state of Idaho, working the Idaho QSO party. And really, this is such an opportunity. There's a lot of guys that say, I just like to rag chew, and that's fine. But, you know, the whole backstory behind ham radio is the fact that we're emergency radio operators and communicators. And when you operate during a contest, it gives you that kind of mission control kind of feeling. You're making a lot of contacts very, very quickly. People don't want to repeat themselves a lot. They don't want to have to go through and pick out calls and everything. So everybody is kind of highly tuned during the contest. And what that means is you're kind of queued up. You're very queued up, and you're going to start communicating very succinctly. I call it radio brevity. And you want to be brief on the radio because there's a million people either trying to get on with you if you've got the frequency, or there's usually a lot of guys and gals trying to get to the operator if you're doing the hunt, so to speak. If you're a hunt and peck kind of person, so. I want to hear from you guys the interview line. If somebody so desires to get on the stream here and be live, you can do that. Any kind of a webcam, cell phone will work. In the description box, there should be the link. And what I will do is I will put the link up, no chats, copy my link, copied, and let me put it down in here. And if you want to be on the show live, you can do that. You can also call in. We've also got the call-in line is always open. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your for or against. And I gotta love that camera. That Canon is going one of these days. I picked up another little Sony camera. I was gonna replace the Canon with the Sony, but I can't get rid of some of the on-screen crap with that Sony. So the Canon is still up. I'm also trying to figure out how to get my GoPros to work as better webcams on some of these other angles, just because I want to entertain you guys. Let's see. Ham Radio Guy. If anyone is a DX Commander subscriber, he had his account suspended. He started a backup account. Go find and subscribe until he figures out the problem. You know what? Unless building antennas has become a right-wing activity. I just don't get it. Unless maybe he was pounding something and they thought that was too sexual, like pounding a stake in the ground. Maybe that was just like way too sexual for YouTube. Who knows? YouTube, they're a world unto their own. Let's see. Ham Radio Guy does say he loves him a contest. Great log builders. It is. It's a great log builder. It is a fantastic way if you're a new operator, if you're a new ham and you don't have a lot of experience yet, I highly suggest trying out a contest. I honestly will tell you, nobody is going to bitch and moan at you if you screw it up. Sometimes I'll get on the weekend and I won't even know what contest it is. And one of the things, almost every contest has its own little set of things that they're asking for. It's usually your call sign, sometimes your location, based on whatever, if you're an in-state for a QSO party, or sometimes like a serial, like if this is my first call to you and it is my first call of the contest, I'll be, you'll get it's K6UDA 59 from, or number 1, you're number 1, or your number 3,274, and you won the toaster. So it could be anything. So the ham radio crash course in there. Josh says it's a Google thing and Cal is working on it. You know what? I just think that Google doesn't like the fact that Cal is pounding stakes into the ground and ruining the earth. He's hurting the earth every time he pounds a stake into the ground to get that new 12-meter mast up in the air. I don't know. Let's see. Greg, KF0, cuz he set up his first HF station yesterday, an FTX 10 and an MFJ 40-meter offset antenna. It was great. He worked Brazil from Iowa, 9 miles away, and he was happy. That is awesome. Greg, that is awesome. That's kind of what it's all about. You put stuff up and you put your call out there. You call somebody who's calling CQ, and all of a sudden you make a contact. I will never forget my first HF contact. I was a tech. I was working 40 meters. Or not 40 meters. I was working 10 meters. And I can't even remember what frequency, but I heard these two guys talking, and they said something to Florida. I put my call out, and the guy comes back to me, and he's all, "Oh yeah, I gotcha." I'm like, "Oh, that hooked me right there." I was just absolutely hooked. Let's see. Cal just needed to get 1,000 subs to be able to live stream until he can get his other account back up. He'll be able to get it back up, but in the meantime, you should really go and sub to his new channel. Yeah, everybody, not right now. Just watch this one for right now. Anyway, still looking for your input. What do you think the benefits or not of contesting? If you're not a contester and you've got a reason that you don't like contesting, I tell you what, there are some guys out there who they are 100% against contests. They hate contest people. They hate the contests. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I just hear the I don't like them. I don't like people screwing with my frequency or my daily QSO, and I kind of get that, but it's not like it's every day. And these guys generally, they got their schedule, and they're talking for sometimes hours or until the band dies. And it just doesn't make sense that they're so against the contesters that they'll QRM them sometimes. And for those new guys, hey, 22 people on the stream right now, 9 thumbs up, hoping to get that to be 22 thumbs up. Really, like I said, I don't get that whole mentality of throwing tuning signals up and just being generally a dick when people are trying to run a contest, or they get on your frequency. Nobody owns the frequency. Number one, it's all open, and he who gets there first gets to use it. Now, I also get the whole thing. There's a lot of scheduled nets up there, and normally guys in the net, somebody running the net or helping out, will go out and they'll make a contact with those people, and they'll say, hey, you know what, we got a regularly scheduled net that we do on this frequency. Would you mind? And I would say 99% of the time that I've heard that happen, you don't have a problem. Guys clear off the frequency. It's, hey, spin the dial, go spin the dial somewhere else, and you're good to go. Let's see. I'm going to put the call in back up here. Not much snow today. Tornadoes over the weekend. I didn't see any tornadoes. It snowed here yesterday, kind of off and on most of the day. What's up in Iowa? 25 people in the chat and only 6 likes on the video. Ham radio guy, thank you. Thanks for hanging with me and helping out there. Definitely easier to make DX contacts when there's a contest weekend. It's a good time to check your equipment and your range, so you know when you're calling CQ and that you're getting out. Yeah, it is. You're gonna test your equipment. You're going to, you're definitely gonna make a lot more contacts than you normally would, say, on a Monday afternoon, because there's a lot of guys that still work and everybody's kind of got their normal things to do during the week, and then the weekends come and more guys are going to generally be on the radio, but you're still going to have a lot that'll do other things unless there's that special contest that they want to go play on. My brother Don is in the house here. Don't know how long he's going to be here. Computer is constantly crashing and he hasn't found the problem yet. Well, Don, as long as you're hanging out, how you doing? Love to have you on the show. Let's see. Maybe, just maybe, I could talk Josh into jumping on here for a minute or two. I don't know. He might be at work and he might be gone. Might be gone out of here by now. Let's see. Make ham radio more enjoyable, from David Bohannon. David, how do you make ham radio more enjoyable? Is contesting your thing, rag chewing? Love to hear from you guys. Call-in lines are open, 208-352-3819. You can also do the eCam thing, and I just put the link up there. You could probably click on that link, and if you got a webcam, man, you're in there. You could be live on TV or YouTube TV or whatever. Let's see. We have a chance for some weather this afternoon. From K04CDJ. You know what? Beautiful weather here today. The sun is out. It's gorgeous here. It was kind of crappy and cold all weekend. Hey, you know what? I know it's been a hot minute since I've hung out with you guys. Been a couple of weeks there. Had to go out to California, to the People's Republic, and take care of some family business. So I was gone roughly about a week and a half, and my wife is actually still out there finishing up some of the family business, and hopefully she's coming home tomorrow. She was going to come home over the weekend, but man, it was snowing over Donner Summit. It was snowing in Wells and Elko, Nevada, and that's just it's all bad when she's driving. She doesn't like driving in the snow, so she's kind of hanging out until tomorrow, and hopefully she'll be back here in America tomorrow. Let's see what else. Oh, you know what? I do have something that is kind of cool. I'm going to unplug this so I could bring all this goodness over here. And this is something, when I was out in California, I know a lot of guys have bitched and moaned ever since the front cage, the POV front cage came out. And while I was out in California last week, I got to have lunch with. Let me turn that down. Got to have lunch with all my buddies out at the airport. We did a little fly in, and did that. Well, one of my friends, Scott, he was there at lunch, and he brought me a new little thing that they just were working on, and it's a back cage. So this new cage now totally protects. It protects the 705, and very, very cool. I'm working on another little video for that, but that's not all. That's not all. They've also been working with the Sidekick group on a cover for this goodness, and so he set me up with a couple of prototypes here of both. So now, totally protected. I would say this is, if you expect to use your 705 in some pretty extreme conditions, I would say that this is probably as protected as you're going to get. So, and then again, I am actually going to try to use the 705 in the Idaho QSO party contest. Part of the deal that you are going to work on, and it's going to build your skills, is all the manipulation that you've got to do, because you're going to keep a log, and that log gets cross-referenced with all the other logs in the contest. So mistakes will be magnified, so to speak. But the way I run a contest, or the way I run contests here, is if I'm calling CQ on a frequency, I will call CQ. I will pick out a call if there's a pileup. If there's no pileup and it's one guy, I pick it out, and I use MacLoggerDX as my logging software. I set up a brand new log for the contest that I'm running, and so then I enter his information in, and combined with the internet, it fills in all the pertinent information when I put his call sign in, his name and call sign, city, all that good stuff. And let's see, when all is said and done, says Josh, it's going to be the size of a 7300. Yeah, it actually does make the radio quite a bit bigger. Not quite the size of the 7300, but it does make it quite a bit bigger for traveling. The beautiful thing about it, though, still, is the fact that it's all mode, all band. So you got 2 meters and 70 centimeters built into the radio, along with D-Star and along with all the HF, all in one box still. So, and you can still get to everything. You could change batteries out on the fly. You could get to all the ports. So, you know what? It's a good thing. I almost took the cage off and packed it into my little case. I have 2 cases that I use for the 705 when I'm traveling. One is a very small case. If I strip the cages off, strip the cage off, I can very easily fit it into this small case. Goes in the back of the motorcycle, really nice. If I'm gonna go a little more rough, I'll leave the cage on, and I'll use a bigger lens case, and then the radio is more protected. But hey, is what it is. Let's see. Been trying to find logging software that can handle 3 radios at once. Holy crap. Mary, I think you're gonna end up having to maybe network N3FJP, kind of like a field day setup. I can't think of one that will differentiate 3 different radios on the same computer at the same time. And that mainly has to do with the way the UARTs work on the COM ports. When you hook it up, it's whatever plugs in, the software has to lock in on that, and then it would have to create a whole different device standard to add a second radio at the time. I know MacLogger is really, really good for knowing which radio I have plugged in. I normally have the 7300 plugged in, but if say my Elecraft made its way in here and I plugged it into this computer, it would come up and it would say, oh, hey, Elecraft is hooked up. Do you want to use it? Yep, I do. And it would be super, super easy. Same thing with the 705. The 705 does hook up very easily to this. It does have its own driver. And so I haven't been able to get it to work wirelessly with the computer, though. That's something that that I still am working on, and I haven't tried very hard or a lot. Let's see. The Deaf Moose. Where do you look for contests? QRZ. Still a tech studying for the general, so I'm scraping the surface of ham radio. Not many Elmers in my area that I can talk to. They're a bit antisocial. Well, Deaf Moose. I would say if there is a club in your area, get involved in the club. Just go hang out. And hopefully, I say hopefully, but in my experience, generally, if you make an effort, they're going to make the effort back, and guys will start helping you. There is a contest calendar, the ARRL contest calendar, like Mary just said, is out there. There's another website that has a contest calendar, and let me see. Let me run here. Oh yeah. Give me a quick second. We'll run over here. The Idaho QSO party coming up this weekend. We do have, our own page. My local club here in Twin Falls is sponsoring it, and along with the Pocatello Club. But this is it. You can go in. You can look at your results for different years, and let's see. Let me go to ham radio. I've got lots and lots of stuff. Where's the contest calendar? Lordy. Somebody's going to go, oh yeah, it's the fifth one from the bottom. I can't find it in here right now. And I'm not going to sit here and screw around with it. But anyway, Lordy, where are you? I'm not going to give up now until... I got to be better prepared when I try this stuff. WebSDR, DX Maps. Crap. Just type in ham radio contest calendar, and it'll come up. You'll get some hits, and it will be there. Let's see. Mary says she is coming from VHF contesting and has a 7300 on 6 meters, a 9700 on 432, and 1296 and another 9700 on 2 meters. Lets me monitor multiple bands at once. That is freaking awesome. I love it. I mean, you're obviously pretty serious when it comes to UHF, VHF contests. And that's pretty awesome. I don't know how you can get all three of them to hook up to one particular computer at the same time. That's way out of my league. All I do know is, like, the Windows computers, they convert everything, the UART to a COM port, and Macs, it's just freaking magic on a Mac. It just works. Don't ask me how. Something I've never worked is the 1200 megahertz band. I had a 9100, an ICOM IC 9100 for several years, and I never made a contact on the 1200 megahertz band. I never even knew what it was for. So good on you. Let's see. Been avoiding networking, COM 11, 12, and 14. Several handle 2 radios. Okay, if they do handle 2 radios, that is awesome. And let's see. They're all on the same computer now, getting the logging software that'll see them. Yeah, I don't see no software that I have used will see all 3 at the same time. Because I know, like MacLogger, it wants to jump in, and let me see, I can fire it up over here, and then once it's fired up, I'll show you MacLogger and what it's doing on the other end. But my point in contesting, when it comes to contesting and running that, is being able to, number one, talk on the radio, type on the radio. Nope. Here. Coming up here. And it's gonna start. Okay. So, let's run over here. And we'll download that later. So now, I do think, are you seeing my screen? Yep, you are. Crap. Give me a second. Okay. So, this is MacLoggerDX. And as you can see, I have my 90 or my 7300 is hooked up. So as I change frequency, that will up in the left hand corner, it's logging my frequency. I can also change the frequency on the radio. Here I can switch off to my VFOB, and that'll switch bands for me. And I could pick upper sideband, digital. I could pick anything I want, and that'll control the radio. So if I wanted to switch off to the 705, well, I'd have to hook the 705 up to my computer, and then I could do that. But anyway, so if let's just see. Somebody want to put their call out that doesn't mind all their info coming up, and I'll show you exactly how it works. Put your call out if you want it. Well, hell, we'll just put in K6UDA. So my information comes up when I do that, and there's all my particulars come up as soon as I kick that in up there. All the particulars come in, and if okay, so it just connected to K7AR. There's a lot of other things going on here. I can go to a map view, and I just looked up. Wow. Really? Okay, there's from me to W3, from me to wherever the current spot is across the screen. I can look up bands and see what is going on different bands. Clusters, not much in there because I just fired the thing up. Schedules, this is a lot of shortwave. So there's Voice of America, the BBC is in there. Thailand, Vietnam, the Voice of Vietnam. Ah, yes. Oh, if I'm sharing a screen, you can't see it. Really? You can't see my screen? I thought I was sharing the screen. Current application on the primary display. Crap. Okay, how about now? Can you guys see it now? Let me know. Because I'm not going to keep talking about this stuff if you guys can't see it. Let me know. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Well, we'll go back here. And that sucked. I thought I was sharing the screen. I thought it was all good. Back to live mode. Unpublished changes. I don't know what the hell I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Back to live mode. Publish. Revert changes. Oh, what the hell? Okay. All right. Let me try one more time here. And okay, are you guys seeing MacLogger? Oh, there it is. There it is now. Okay, now let's talk about MacLogger. So up here on the left-hand side of the screen, like I said before, and I'm going to do this really quick, I can control the frequency from my radio, and it'll show up there. The changes will show up on MacLogger or on the MacLogger. I can also, if I wanted to go to a particular frequency, I can switch the frequency to 00, and it switches the radio. I could go from VFO-A to VFO-B, and it'll switch the radio over there, way over there in the corner where you can't see it now because it's too small. That'll switch the radio to 20 meters. Over here, this is really easy. Let's see. W1AW. Let's just, there's ARRL headquarters. Comes up, everything's there. As you can see, I've worked them on 20 meters. Have I worked them on 40 meters? So there you go. And then here's my log is down here. Maps. So there's a map of who I just looked up, and I can look up spots. I can do all kinds of stuff. In the bands, it'll tell me who's being spotted on all these different bands. The DX clusters and spots are over here, and all this QSO card. My custom QSO card is in there, and that gets sent out. I can just email that, or I can print it. Memories awards. So here's like if I wanted. Now, for those of you that want to chase paper, or you're interested in at least getting a little something out of your contest, you can. Here's your DXCC awards. I have worked 134 countries out of 404. Well, let's see. 134 out of 404 worked. I've worked 400 countries. 134 are in here. 106 of them are confirmed. For worked all states, I've worked all states, and I've got everything confirmed. And it'll tell me, like here, Vermont. Let's see, and I've got other stuff in here. Not much leeway here. I've got 3 worked, 3 QSLs sent, and I've got 2 confirmations. There's Maine 3, and 3. So a lot of stuff that MacLogger gives you on the back end that you don't see. It ain't cheap. It's $100. Let's go back to here. Anybody got any questions? Any comments? Anybody want to jump in here on the live? I'll put the guest link up. Man. Let's see. All right. Am I sharing a window or the display? I was. For Jeff, yes. I was. I thought I was, and it wasn't. But it is now. Or it was now. And let's see. What's handy is if the contest allows it, DX cluster and click a call sign to go there. Yes, you absolutely can do that. A lot of contests, they frown on self-spotting. You know, I've always wondered if I am, let me fix that over there. If I'm telling you that I'm working this contest this weekend, and yes, I will be calling CQ. I will be calling CQ on 20, 40, hopefully 10 meters would be awesome if 10 meters is open. And I might even do a little bit of nighttime 80 meter work on here. So I guess technically I'm self-spotting. But prove it. You got to prove it. They don't like self-spotting in a lot of places, or they call it assisted. It's kind of a pain in the ass because, you know, if you're trying to get your call out there and nobody's answering and you just keep calling, that's part of it. That's the fishing part of ham radio. You don't always catch a fish when you're fishing. If you did, they would call it catching, not fishing. Let's see. Contest calendar is up there. There we go. Thank you, Andy Cowley. The contestcalendar.com. If you're interested in finding out more about when the contests are happening, and it'll give you the information about it, like what the exchange is. I know for Idaho QSO party, it is, I will tell you, K6UDA, 5.9, Twin Falls. I am, and you would write down TWI, or I think it's TWI for the abbreviation for Twin Falls. And if somebody in Pocatello, they'll have their identifier in there. Boise, it would be, I think, ADA for Ada County, because it's all done in counties. And yes, there is a Twin Falls County. And I live in Twin Falls, and I'm in Twin Falls County. Oh, look at that. My buddy, Whiskey 7 Back Roads is in there. No QSO for a long time. Yeah, everything is good. I haven't been on for 2 weeks. I missed a couple of weeks of both videos and this. I do got some short videos in the works. Let's see if and Mary says if I collect 6 meter grid squares, The June VHF contest is a good way to fill out needed grids. Last year, she worked 120 grid squares over the weekend. And that's another thing. Worked all grids. And let's go back. Ugh, crap. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Idaho QSO party. And I killed that, but so in your awards over here, and that's going to fire up in just a minute. Then you'll be able to see everything. See, it goes right back to the frequency that I was on, and we'll download that later. But under awards, worked all zones, islands on the air, VUCC. I don't know. I think that's a Canadian thing, is VUCC. You see, Don, the creator of MacLoggerDX, he's a Canadian ham. So everything's pretty Canadian concentric. I don't have a worked all grids here. Oh well, I thought maybe there was. Let's see, frequency list or memories, so you can put memories in. I already showed you the QSL. History, and you can make up labels for everything you do. The map is always very, very cool here. We'll go here, and sometimes the map updates, and there we are. And if I started the other deal, it'll show you different places that have either spotted recently or are active, and all the islands and countries and everything over here. Can we get? Oh yeah, over there is Russia, all the way over, and you guys get a big view of it. Mine's kind of blocked because I've got all this the eCam stuff over here. And we'll go back to that. VUCC is grid square. Okay. So that's ARRL. Is that that is grid squares? Oh, yes, MacLogger wants to do a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Lee is in the house. Hola, Lee. 25 people in the stream right now. 36 thumbs up. I want to thank you guys. Let's see. Other things that I have been working on, or that I am working on. Working on a new podcast. It's a new 2A podcast. I'm kind of trying to get my groove, so to speak. I want it to be kind of its own thing. I know there's a ton of 2A voices out there, and I'm trying to do something a bit different. I kind of want to draw on my experiences as a cop, as a street cop for 28 years, and bring that into the fold, because I know there's a lot of people that they think that the cops are against 2A, that the cops are anti-2A. It just isn't so. Most of us are very, very 2A supportive, and a lot of guys are outright, we're activists. Movie recording has been stopped automatically because the card is full. Holy crap. My card is full. So you guys don't get that big picture. Okay, we'll go back to camera 1. Screw it. Let's see. Well, I want to see how many what grid squares I have worked. Seeing as it now that Mary has enlightened me. So worked calls received. I need to AG to. Oh, look at that. So it is. It's all these grid squares. Dude, that's awesome. Mary, thank you. I never really looked at that, so I didn't know. Let's see. DN22. Yeah, my friend Lee, who lives down the street. That's my only DN22. And that's where I live, is DN22. So these are all Idaho stations. So anyway, guys, as far as I know, Idaho is kind of a destination for ham radio. There's not as many of us there's not nearly as many of us as there are, say, in California. I don't know, 40 million people versus 1.8 million people. Go figure. But anyway, so when the Idaho QSO party comes to town, it kind of becomes a big thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to be very, very active on it. I don't know if I'm going to spend the whole weekend working on it, but I hope to have a good time. I want to win the Twin Falls area. I was like 13th last year overall standings, and I'm kind of hoping to be in, say, the top 5 this year. So maybe you guys can help me spread the word, help spot for me, and things will be bitching. I'll make $1 million. Yeah. I'll make $1 million something, 1 million QSO points. That's my goal. 1 million QSO points. But anyway, yeah, if you've never run a contest before, please take a look at it. If you're a tech and you have an HF machine, you got an HF radio, and you've never been on HF, this weekend, watch for 10 meters because you've got privileges. 28,300 to 28,500. You've got phone privileges, voice privileges on 10 meters. It is a lot of fun, and when it's open, man, it absolutely rocks. Let's see. I think it's about time to come to this screen here and bring in a little bit of music. And I want to say thank you guys for hanging out here, hanging out with me. And let's see, Idaho is rare on 6 meters, and 6 meter propagation is picking up as the spring moves in. From Mary again. Yeah, a couple of guys out here absolutely love 6 meters. Anyway, my friends, thank you again for hanging out for lunch and ham radio. If you're watching this on the playback, thumbs up. And if there's anything you want to see on K6UDA radio coming up this year, in the next, I don't know, whenever, drop me a line, leave a comment on the videos, whatever you want to do, and I'll try to get to it. I'll try to get to some of this stuff. I still got other things that I'm working on too. Studio B is coming along. It's coming along very nicely. Give you guys an update on that coming up. I will give you guys another update on video on the new stuff from POV. The ID 52. I still owe you a full review on that one. So stay tuned for all that good stuff, guys.